Ruth was right. Look at me. I'm even afraid to hear her voice. I'll take time.
I was just curious, Jeremy.
I don't appreciate people prying into my private life.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Can't I be interested in what's causing all this moodiness?
It's none of your business. How is it? It's fine. I don't want any repeats of what just happened in that room, okay? I'm sorry. Look, I know you're worried about your uncle, Ross. I understand that. But you cannot afford to upset him like that. In any way, over anything. He's not strong enough.
Yeah, but why did he pass out like that?
He hyperventilated, which is very dangerous right now. Ross, I gave him an injection. He's going to be fine right now.
You sure he's going to be okay?
I don't even know what to say to you. You go into a man's room dressed as a nurse in this hospital, Brooke.
Ross wouldn't let me see him.
Yeah, so you went in anyway? I expect this from Brian Sanders. I don't expect it from you.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, well, just don't let it happen again.
Well, can I go in and see him?
Yeah, you can see him. But don't upset him in any way. Is that understood?
Yeah, I understand.
I just told Nurse Enright to stay in there to see that he doesn't get overrun. I have other post-op patients I have to see right now. Excuse me.
Well, what are you waiting for? There's no use in you hanging around, Burke. I told you, and I meant what I said before. You're fine. Fine.
Well, it's just the person I don't want to see. Oh,
What a nice greeting.
I hope you're happy, Brooke English. Because thanks to you, my brother has taken a job on a cruise ship. I mean, who knows when I will ever see him again.
I don't want to talk about it, Erica.
I'm not surprised. The man left town like he was running for his life. I mean, he left town so fast he didn't even wait to say goodbye to me, his own sister.
Well, I am sorry about that, but he didn't leave because of me, because I wasn't even in town when he left.
It is still your fault.
Well, you can believe what you want.
I'm going in to see Adam.
Why would you want to see him?
Why would I tell you?
They're not going to let you see him.
Don't be silly.
Ross is with him, and Cliff said no other visitors.
Larry? Hi, it's Jeremy.
Oh, I must be hearing wrong.
Come on, guy, you're hearing fine. Listen, I'm calling to apologize.
Where are you?
I'm still in Canada. Listen, I'm sorry about the conversation the other night, but I just couldn't take any more advice about Erica.
I guess that means you haven't called her yet.
No. But listen, buddy, I didn't mean to give you such a hard time. It's just that I wasn't alone in the room, and I had to hang up.
Forget about it, man. You're not the first person to ever hang up on me. Hey, listen. I was asked to get in touch with you about something. Do you remember General Alvarez?
Vaguely? Why?
Well, he remembers you, buddy. He is heading up the entire Central America operation, and he wants you to take over for me since I'm incapacitated.
The answer is no, Larry. I don't care how much he's offering.
I thought you might enjoy these.
Very pretty. Natalie, do me a favor. Will you call Carol and tell her I won't be in this afternoon at all?
What about your appointment with the lawyers?
They can wait. Carolyn will reschedule it.
Jeremy's using the line. I'll try later.
Who's he talking to?
I've no idea.
Larry, why are we arguing? Because I think you're being stupid. Come on, I've told you a million times. My days as a mercenary are over. I don't care how much Alvarez pays. I'm through fighting other people's wars. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. Got it?
How's he feeling?
He's better. Just a little weak. I'll tell you what, Josh. Maybe you ought to go on home, huh? I mean, all this security is making Adam a little nervous. We don't want to get him upset.
Okay. Fine by me. See you back at the house?
Yeah, see you later. Thanks.
Sure. So long.
Ross, hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh,
What brings you here?
well, I heard what happened to Adam. I hear he's having a very rough time. I wanted to see him.
Yeah, it's, he's feeling a little better, but it's a small miracle that he still survived.
Oh, well, the man's made of iron, isn't he?
I'm surprised. Why do you want to see him?
Well, I mean, in spite of all the things that he's done to me, I still certainly care about him. I care what happens to him. And frankly, I think that seeing me now and knowing how I feel is just going to be the best medicine in the world for him.
You're probably right. Erica, just a few minutes, okay?
I won't stay long, really, I promise.
Okay. I've got to go. I've got to get back home.
Sure, okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
My love to Ellen.
Yes.
Hello, Adam.
Erica. This is quite a surprise.
How are you? How are you feeling?
Wonderful. Never felt better. Nurse, would you mind leaving us alone for a moment? I'd like to speak privately with Miss Kane.
Well, I don't...
It's all right.
Well,
I feel fine.
I guess so. I could go to the cafeteria. Could I get you something?
No, thank you. Now, what is it you want?
I want to know where Jeremy is.
How the devil would I know?
Because you're the one who did it. You're the one who got rid of him.
I even had brain surgery just to throw him off the track, keep him guessing. They opened up my skull and took out you. I have no idea what Jeremy Hunter is, and furthermore, I don't give a damn.
You tell me where he is. I know you know, and you just don't want me to know.
You think whatever you want. You and that jerk are no longer of any importance to me. Now get out!
You tell me where Jeremy is, or you are going to be one very sorry man. You think brain surgery was tough?
I said leave.
No, you are not getting away with this, Adam. Not for 1 minute. If you don't tell me where Jeremy is, I swear I'm going to prosecute you for kidnapping me.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you don't fool me. You don't fool me for 1 minute. You go ahead, you cough. Cough. Because I will press charges against you for kidnapping me, and I don't care if it kills you. Do you understand me?
I still can't believe it. All that pious, self-righteous pap he's been spewing.
Of course. I'm no better than you are. He was furious with me when he caught me retrieving that letter from the wastebasket.
Yes, I certainly wish you'd had time to read it.
No, he was right. I had no place prying in his private business.
Why?
Although I was only doing it for you.
Why does he have to be so secretive? He's my son, Natalie. Surely I have a right to know what he's been doing the last 10 years.
Of course you do. But he has a right to his privacy, too.
Now, don't start taking his side against me.
I've never done that, Alex.
Well, don't start now. You may not understand this, but in a way, I'm proud of him. The fact that he was a mercenary means he's a fighter. Not a panty waste I've been accusing him of being all these years.
It's still nothing to be proud of.
The thing that gets me is this high-minded attitude of his. All that talk about not wanting to kill anything. When I suggested the other day that the two of us go deer hunting together, he got on his high horse and gave me a lecture about the evils of hunting. What a laugh. Well, don't you see the irony in that?
I hope you're not planning on making a big thing about this.
Natalie, there's one thing I can't stand. It's a hypocrite. He's been lying to me about his past life. All that peace-loving garbage. Enough to turn my stomach.
Totally leave. Which is exactly what you're going to do right now.
What did you do?
No, you are
I am not finished.
You are finished.
How dare you touch me?
How dare you?
Don't
Who do you
dare.
think you are? Who let you in there?
Ross,
Ross, I don't believe what is going on.
I don't
That is a
believe
very
what's
sick
going on.
man in there, Erica.
are you kidding? That man is faking. He is just trying to avoid prosecution.
You really think he's faking?
Of course he's faking. He told me he's faking. I know him much better than you do. There's nothing wrong with that man.
Well, I'm his doctor, and I think I'm better equipped to tell that.
I am pressing charges against him. He is going to pay for everything that he had done to me.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to get in the middle of this, Erica. I'm telling you one thing, though. That man is not ready to stand trial for anything right now. And I've got 5 doctors in this hospital alone who will back me up on that. Now, you just get this out of your mind, okay? And stay out of that room.
Erica, what are you doing here?
I came here to see Adam.
Why don't you leave him alone? Hasn't he hurt you enough already?
Mother, he knows where Jeremy is. I know that, and that's why I'm here to see him.
What did he say?
Well, he denied it, of course. But I told him I am definitely pressing charges against him for kidnapping, for attempted rape. Now, Cliff tells me he's not well enough to stand trial. I don't believe this. Mother, if I can't prosecute him right now, then I don't have any power to deal with Adam. What am I going to do?
Look, Erica, you're overtired. There's absolutely nothing you can do now. You come down to the office with me and relax while I get my things together. All right?
All right.
And then we'll think about a way to find Jeremy. And the people he worked with at Tempo Magazine. We'll call them. And he must have friends. We can find them, I'm sure.
Oh, Mother, you are wonderful. Oh, I love you.
I did not deliberately listen in. I told you I picked up the telephone to call your father's office.
Yes, and was so fascinated you couldn't hang up.
It wasn't me, Jeremy. It was your father.
What?
You can't blame us for being interested and curious about what it is you've been doing ever since you left Canada.
Now you know. Feel better?
It was quite a shock, Jeremy, to hear you'd been fighting as a mercenary. Certainly not something I would have thought you chose for yourself.
You never knew me very well, Natalie.
Yes, I did. It hurts me to think that I might have been responsible for your going off in such a dangerous direction.
You? What makes you think that you're responsible?
I know you were upset when I married your father, Jeremy. Perhaps if I hadn't, none of this would have happened.
Forget the guilt, Natalie. Fighting was probably my destiny. After all, I fought with my father over practically everything since I was old enough to talk.
And I didn't help matters, did I?
Natalie, if you think that I became a mercenary because you dumped me and married my father, you're wrong. I enjoyed it, and the money was damn good.
The Jeremy Hunter I knew would have never done anything for money. He was a very gentle, caring person.
As I said, you never knew me very well.
Oh, stop it. A person doesn't just wake up one morning and decide to go off and do something like that. You either have to love fighting or have no regard for human life, yours or anyone else's. Why did you do it?
Destiny, as I said.
I'm convinced it's because you couldn't have me.
Oh, Natalie, you've always attached too much importance to yourself. The truth is you never even entered the picture when I made up my mind.
Well, I don't believe that. And if I'd known at the time...
Cut it off, will you? There's no reason to talk about it. It's something that happened a long time ago. It's over, and there's no reason to discuss it now.
You're right.
He is safe and sound.
Oh, you can't imagine what a relief that is to me.
Oh, I think I can.
Larry, when you spoke to him, did he say anything about me?
Erica, please. Look, you just can't ask me that. He's a friend of mine. I can't tell you what we talked about.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Look, it has been really great to talk to you. I gotta go.
All right, goodbye. Thank you.
Sure. Bye.
Well, then I guess you heard he's in Canada.
Well, now that you know where he is, honey, why didn't you call him?
Oh, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do.
But I thought you were so desperate to talk to him.
Well, of course I am. But if I call him, then I give him another chance to run away from me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take that risk.
Erica, I don't think you have any choice. You just came rushing back from that trek to Tibet. You certainly can't go dashing off to Canada now.
Who says I can't?
Oh, Erica, I can't stand it when you act like this.
What are you talking about? I can't help it, Mother. I'm in love with Jeremy. And I know he's in love with me, and I'm certainly not just going to let it go. I mean, I'm going to give this a fight. I'm definitely going to go there. I'm going to make him confront me face to face.
Oh, Grasshopper, did you get those prints to the bulletin like I asked?
I sure did. They're in this morning's paper.
Good girl. All right.
Greg? Oh, Greg. Oh, thank heaven you're home. Oh, darling. Oh, you're safe at home. I've heard all about that terrible Barton person and his harlot, and I've just been so awfully worried, Greg.
I'm okay. I'm sorry you're so upset.
Well, of course I was upset, darling. You could have been killed.
Well, I wasn't. So relax. Now, like I told you before, I'm still moving out.
What?
This afternoon. Everything.
I just spoke to Dean Potter. He said he'd be delighted to see you anytime this afternoon to talk about late registration. And your father and I have made arrangements about your tuition fees, so you're all set.
That's very nice, Mom. Thanks a lot.
Well, listen, we are so happy to have you home that we want to do whatever we can.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly the way I hoped I'd come home.
Darling, look, I know how you feel about what's happened with Hillary, but life goes on, you know. You can't just bow out.
I'm not bowing out. Far from it. I've just got a lot of stuff to work out, that's all. Somehow I have to see her.
Yeah, now wait a minute. You can't do that. I mean, Phoebe has made it very clear that she'll have you arrested if you set foot on that property.
Phoebe's paranoia has never stopped me before, and it's certainly not going to stop me now.
Now, Tad, after everything that you could have done...
Good afternoon, Mrs. Valentine. Is Mrs. Wallingford in?
She's in the library. Won't you come in, please?
Thank you.
Mrs. Wallingford, Mrs. Nelson.
Yes. Enid, dear, I was just about to call you. I want you to be the chairperson.
You can just forget about that.
I beg your pardon?
I am not here to discuss club matters. I am here to talk about my son Gregory, who has just moved out of my home thanks to you.
I don't see what that has to do with me.
You coerced me into helping you to deceive Hillary, which I did in all good faith, and then you stabbed me in the back by telling Greg that I knew all about it, that I knew that you had kept her from getting his telephone message. You promised me that you wouldn't tell her.
Well, what about you, dear Enid, telling Langley that the disc was in my safe deposit box? No one would have gone to New York at all if you'd kept your big mouth shut.
Well, really, I had no way of knowing that he didn't know where the disc was. Besides, he wormed it out of me with his carnival trickery.
Don't you dare insult my husband.
Really, Phoebe, the whole town knows that he's a con artist. Doesn't even use his real name.
His name has been legalized, and don't you ever...
Well, that doesn't legalize his tawdry past. Phoebe, darling, I think you have a positive propensity for attracting disreputable characters.
Well, if you're speaking of yourself,
I am not speaking of myself. I am speaking of your husband and your daughter's taste in men. I think it would serve you right if your precious Hillary wound up married to that despicable Tad Martin. Good day, Phoebe.
The whole world is going to hell in a handbasket.
Jeremy, your secrecy gave me no choice.
It wasn't secrecy, it was privacy to which I have a right.
And I have a right to know what you're up to while you're under my roof.
I'm still here at your invitation.
I was curious. You disappeared so abruptly after your stepmother and I were married, and then not a word for 10 years. You are my son.
Meaning?
Meaning? That it obviously has no meaning to you, or else you would have told me about this mercenary business yourself.
It's not something I'm very proud of, Father.
Why not? It takes courage, initiative.
It was a blind and cruel way of life.
It was a man's life, which you certainly can't say about painting.
Father, I'm glad you're well. And I know I said I'd stay on for a couple of days, but under the circumstances.
Does your cowardice extend to conversation as well?
Simon was right. You refuse to change. If you'll excuse me, I have to back.
Jeremy, just half an hour and you are never going to leave me again.
Come to frighten everyone. Now, you promised me you'd be sweet and gentle.
Stop that. I'm not a lapdog.
No, you are much too ferocious. But you are just as persistent. Poking your little nose into corners, ferreting out secrets, even when you know your son's going to throw a fit.
There's no reason for him to have secrets. I'm his father.
Oh, sweetheart, that's precisely why. He's ashamed of his past. He didn't want to disappoint you.
I wasn't disappointed. I respect what he did. Put his life on the line every day.
Then respect him.
How can I now? He doesn't respect himself.
Darling, Jeremy is Jeremy. He'll never be the man you are. But he is your son. We know now he takes great risks. Now think, what if something happened to him and the two of you had never talked and never made peace?
He wouldn't care. He hates me. Yeah. All right, I'll apologize.
Let me talk to him first. He's not as wise as his father. The ground may need a little preparation.
Well, you'll have to hit him over the head with a shovel even to get him to listen to you. Summers. Miss Kane.
Yes.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Would you like some refreshments, a drink perhaps?
No, thank you. Well, I'm certainly glad to see that you're looking very well. I had heard that you'd been ill.
A temporary setback. One that I would gladly endure again if it brought you to my door. I've admired you from afar too long.
Well, I can certainly see where Jeremy gets his charm. I don't mean to be abrupt, Mr. Hunter, but...
Alex.
Alex? May I speak with Jeremy?
I wish you could. I'm afraid my son is no longer here.
What? What do you mean?
We had a misunderstanding, a small misunderstanding. Probably all my fault.
Did he say where he was going?
Not a word.
Did he ever mention me?
Let me see. I asked him about the news reports, something about rescuing you from an island.
Yes, he did.
I also asked him about any connection between you, and he said that he'd done some painting for you. You edit that magazine, Tempo.
Yes, I do. May I have a glass of water after all?
Yes, of course.
I've been all over the world looking for your son.
I thought that there was more of a connection than he let on.
Yes, so did I. Forgive me.
Here you are. Miss Kane, my son's a bigger fool than I thought. By accepting my hospitality. You see, Jeremy is my only child, and I'm afraid I failed him miserably. Now, what with my illness, I'm acutely aware of how few chances I have left. Try as I might, I haven't been able to reach him. While he was here, I tried to get him to talk with me, to tell me about his past life, but he would have none of it.
Jeremy can be very mysterious.
Then you'll help me? You'll tell me about my son. Help me to know him.
Yes, Alex, of course I will help you, yes. Thank you.
That'll be Natalie. Now, she's very knowledgeable about fashion and travel, and it would be a great treat for her to have someone of your stature.
Doing here?
I looked everywhere for you. I thought that I had missed you. I thought that you had left.
I forgot my passport.
Oh. Alex, excuse me. I know that this is terribly rude, but would you mind if I have a few moments alone with Jeremy?
Of course. Your guest is very charming, Jeremy. I've been trying to convince her to stay. Maybe you can persuade her.
Your father is very gracious.
Yes, he can be.
I went to Tibet. I thought that's where you'd be.
Sorry you wasted the trip.
No, it wasn't wasted. I did a lot of thinking about my life and what had happened to me since I was there last. And I realized that no matter where I had to go and no matter what I had to do, I would find you.
How did you find me?
Larry told me. Well, don't be angry. I mean, I would have found out anyway. I don't know what happened in New York. I don't know how we could have stood there and just said those polite little speeches to each other. I don't know how you could have left. I don't know how I could let you.
I'm sorry it's been so confusing for you, Erica, but you see, once my responsibility to you was over,
No, don't do that. Don't. You can't just pretend it away. It's just too important. That's one of the things I remembered in Tibet. You have to grab onto life with both hands while you can. Because if you waste time, if you lie about your feelings, that's what we've both been doing.
Please, Erica, there are things that are better left unsaid.
Why? I love you. I love you. I can say that to you, even though you're standing there and you're acting very cold, distant. You're barely even looking at me. But I can say that to you because I know that you love me. I feel it. It's there with me in the morning when I wake up. And it's with me all day. And it makes me feel alive and strong and happy. You love me. It's because of Mike that I have the courage to do this. I was always ashamed to be anything less than he knew I could be. His memory keeps me honest. And the truth is that I'll always love him. But Jeremy, I'm in love with you. I love you. Look, I know that you respect Mike and honor our relationship. It's what drew me to you in the first place. But Mike is dead, and my life has gone on. And I'm ready to share it with you.
It's not Mike.
Well, then what is it?
There you are. Summer said you'd gone to the airport. I'm so glad you're back. I've convinced your father that he may have been just the slightest bit overbearing earlier with you. I think he'd like to make up if you'll let him.
Actually, I've only returned to get my passport.
You'll have to excuse us. We do tend to get embroiled in family politics. I'm Natalie Hunter.
Excuse me. Erica Kane, this is my stepmother. If you two will excuse me, I'll get my passport.
You're Jeremy's stepmother.
Yes. His father and I have been married about 10 years.
Well, your husband is a very charming and vibrant man.
Yes. I know it's a bit of a shock, the disparity in age, but it's never bothered us.
Oh, no, why should it?
Jeremy tells me you and he are very special friends. I wonder if I could prevail upon you to help me convince him to stay for just a few days. I'm sure that given the time, he and his father could forget their differences and be friends. You know men. Have to hit them over the head to get them to admit their feelings. And it would be very good for them.
I'll do whatever I can to help. I want Jeremy to stay just as much as you do.
Father's looking for you.
Yes, it's time for his medication. If you'll excuse me.
I have to be going to.
He went away to be with Erica, and he left me here to pretend I was him. He said I should use the one with the bears on it, the bear crest paper, because then everybody would know I was him.
Right, that's because Adam is living in the Middle Ages. Okay, nobody cares about a family coat of arms. We want to do our correspondence electronically from now on.
Oh, Adam won't like that.
I don't care what Adam likes. He's wrong.
Good. That was just like Adam. You do him better than I do.
Stuart, I'm not trying to be Adam. I just want to bring this company into the 20th century.
You don't look like him, but you sure do sound like him.
Josh!
Good, you did it again.
Josh!
Josh went to the store to get some ice cream, the kind with the cookies in it that I like. Do you want some when he comes back?
Stuart, no, I don't want any ice cream. You could do me a big favor. I'd like you to go upstairs, and if you find your marbles, you could play with them, okay? Is that okay?
Okay. Ross? Will you be Ross again when Adam comes back? I miss you.
Understand that?
No, I don't. I would love to understand it. Why?
Do you think I wanted to leave your life out in New York? Do you think I wanted to confuse you? To hurt you?
No. That's why I'm here.
I don't want you to be here. And you shouldn't be here. I don't want to see you, Eric. I don't want to hear your voice. I can't see you.
Why?
Because there can never be anything between us. There, I said. Please leave me.
You must tell me what it is. Because I love you. And I know you love me. I'll never leave you. I'll never let you go. Unless you tell me the truth.
I'm trying to tell you that we don't have a future.
Well, I don't accept that. I've cared much too much. I have traveled halfway around the world looking for you. I went back to the United States, now I'm in Canada.
I'm sorry you've been through all that trouble.
Look, I did it because I had to find you. And now that I have, I want some answers. I know you have feelings for me.
I've already told you. I feel friendship.
Jeremy, we both know that it is much beyond that. On that island in that wilderness, we were incredibly close. And I'm not going to let you turn your back on that. I won't let you.
I've answered all I can.
No, you haven't. You've been evading me. Evading me this whole time. Have the courage, please, to be honest with me. You owe me that. I mean, you were never a coward when you were a mercenary. Why are you a coward now?
I'm not a coward.
Yes, you are, of the weakest kind. You're afraid to face your own feelings.
Why are you forcing me? It can only cause us both pain. I love you. I love you more than myself, more than life. I love you.
I know you're busy. I don't care. This is important.
I'm never too busy for you.
Thanks. I went shopping all day today in New York, and I have the perfect present for a little boy. Roller skates.
I can see him with these. I can just see it. Unfortunately, he is asleep.
Oh, well, you could give it to him in the morning, but you have to promise to tell him they're for me.
I promise I will.
Good.
Thank you. That was very thoughtful of you.
Well, I'm terrific, and I better go home.
Listen, I wanted to know what you thought of the news.
What news?
Haven't you talked to Palmer since you got home?
Yeah. I spoke to him at his office. Why?
Well, apparently he decided not to tell you. He saw to it Nina came to Cortlandt Manor for a visit today.
No. He didn't mention a thing about it.
That looks very weighty.
Good. Comparative government. A developmental approach.
I read the reviews.
I can't concentrate. Guess I'll work on it later.
Well, I can understand your distraction. It's Dottie, isn't it? Listen, young man, there are lots of other young women out there in the world, and any one of them probably much better suited to you than Mrs. Ferguson's little girl. Anyway, Dottie leaves a great deal to be desired at the social level.
Well, I don't care anything about that. I just thought I had something special with Dottie. I thought she was different.
Now I can find out why Palmer didn't mention any of this to me.
Excuse me, but Miss Thornton is here to see Mr. Andrew.
Why is it wrong? You just told me how you feel. I know how I feel. I want you. I know you want me too.
It's not what I want. For the last time, we have to break it off.
Why?
There's something I can't explain.
Do you have a wife?
No.
You made a promise to another woman?
There's not a woman, Erica.
Well, then what is it? Why do you say you love me, and then you say you don't want me?
I never said I didn't want you.
Well, then make love to me.
Shouldn't have come here.
I am here, and I'm not leaving. Now tell me what is going on.
When I was at the monastery in Tibet,
Yes? Yes?
I took a holy vow of celibacy.
Daisy, I wanted to tell you in person, really.
No, you didn't. You were sneaking around behind my back.
Listen, the reason I didn't tell you, Daisy, it's perfectly obvious. I wanted to spare you.
You can't spare me anything if you're not telling me the truth.
Daisy, the reason I didn't tell you beforehand, I didn't want your hopes to get raised and then just have them dashed.
Nina had had a breakthrough. I had a right to know that.
Yes, but she could have had a setback, and she could go right back to where she was before, and then you'd be devastated.
I would not be devastated. I can take anything where a daughter is concerned.
I just wanted to spare you any unnecessary upset.
I want to know what happened with Nina.
I'll argue with you. This is not the time for an argument, but I don't care what any doctor said. Now, you can't tell me that he's not lying in his bed fighting for his life because he was in a fight with Jeremy. I promise, I swear to you, if anything happens to that man, that Jeremy's going to pay.
Come on, Jeremy, drink up.
I'm fine, Father.
What a weakling you've become. I remember the day you used to put this stuff away like a man.
I was younger then.
Yes. Younger and more virile, huh?
If anything, liquor diminishes one's virility.
Well, it never seemed to diminish yours. You've changed, Jeremy.
You've had enough, Alex.
Don't tell me what I've had or haven't had.
It's not good for you to be drinking like this.
I don't do things because it's good for me. I do them because I want to.
But the doctor...
To hell with what the doctor said. I live my life as I please. Which is more than I can say for my son. What happened to the Hellraiser? Boozing and tomcatting all night, running with the hounds all day? You could have been master of all of this, Jeremy. But instead, you choose to be an itinerant, ineffectual artist. You're a sorry excuse for a son.
I simply don't enjoy drinking to excess, Father.
Oh, you think I'm drinking to excess, is that it? I'll drink you under the table any day of the week. I'm going to bed. My son's company is keeping me awake. You coming, Natalie?
In a little while. No, it would be rude to leave Jeremy alone.
He's not a guest. He's a friend and family.
Even ruder to friends and family. I'll be up soon.
You most certainly will.